Tell us about that day you were with his daughter.
Yes, Ariel Castro.
Gina DeJesus and a friend of hers walked from school on their way home. They came to this payphone where they made a telephone call. After the telephone call, Gina started walking toward her residence approximately 1 mile away.
He asked me if I seen his daughter, can you help me find her? And I was like, yes. I just knew that was her father, and my dad was friends with him. And then he didn't turn around, went to go into his house. He's like, starts like touch me and stuff. I'm like, what are you doing? And then he just switches up like, oh, you're gonna go home now. But you can't go through the same door you came in. Then he ended up chaining me up. Nobody could hear me. The radio was too loud.
Gina's a creature of habit, and when Gina didn't show up, we knew pretty quickly something wasn't right.
My air, on ground, every inch of Cleveland's west side under the microscope.
I went searching everywhere, dumpsters, schools, empty buildings.
Whoever has her,
If they do, please release her.
release her.
They gathered, they searched, they printed flyers, hung up, and handed out.
Eerily, this is the exact spot where Amanda Berry disappeared a year ago this month. Now 2 missing flyers of 2 missing girls.
Gina DeJesus was last seen wearing a tan shirt with a light blue jacket and black pants. Amanda Berry has slick, sandy blonde hair.
As I kept watching the news after a while, I was like, did you take Amanda? He was like, I have Amanda Berry upstairs, and I have another girl upstairs, Michelle Knight.
Ariel Castro is a really clever man. He had a house, he dressed well, he worked driving a school bus for the city.
He was a complicated guy. He was friendly, he was outgoing, he was a musician, and inside the house, he was just this diabolical, horrendous monster.
He was very scary. Like, if you ever looked into his eyes, they were like black, like he had no soul.
He was very abusive.
He kept us divided. He wouldn't let us talk. He was always there watching every move. I thought about putting rat poisoning on his beans, spraying pine saw on his eyes, but he was always a step ahead of what I was doing. It was like he knew everything, every move that we did.
He went to the vigils and stood with their families.
Pray, Lord God, that you would bless all those, the volunteers.
These women were intimidated and controlled, mind, body, and soul.
The family of Gina DeJesus has never given up hope that she will be found alive. They are hoping new age-enhanced photos of Gina will generate the call that they have been waiting for more than 5 years.
My name is Nancy Ruiz. My daughter Gina DeJesus went missing April 2nd, 2004. She would be 19 years old today.
We don't know what happened to Gina DeJesus as she walked home from school here 8 years ago today.
Its family and friends will gather to remember Gina DeJesus, who disappeared while walking home 9 years ago today.
Her parents never giving up hope that she will come home.
The crowd has dwindled, and the gathering barely enough to warrant a curious glance. For Gina's mother, that's upsetting.
Our child is out there. What is wrong with this picture? What is wrong with this community?
This might be the end of these April 21st gatherings, but it will not be the end of her quest to find her little sister.
This will probably be the last walk, but anything I can do, I will do.
And not knowing is what's tearing us apart. But I fight. I'm never gonna give up.
I see this girl going nuts, trying to get out of her house. So we kick the bottom, and she comes out and she says, call 911.
I need police, fire, ambulance.
I'm the police.
Okay, and what's going on there?
I've been kidnapped and I've been missing for 10 years and I'm here, I'm free now.
We pull up, we see this girl, she's like raising her hand. That's Amanda Berry. I think that's Amanda Berry.
That girl Amanda told the police, I ain't just the only one, it's some more girls up in that house.
I didn't hear her screaming. I just heard when cops start to break in the house and stuff. I'm not thinking that the cops are there. I'm thinking, oh no, he found her. She's gonna be in big trouble.
Kind of popped out into the doorway. She's like, you saved us, you saved us. And then within a few seconds, I see another girl. She said, my name is Gina DeJesus.
We found them. We found them.
They put me in the back of the car when they went to the house and got Gina and Michelle. So that was like the first time that we were together and we were like talking freely. And she looks at me and she says, wow, like, you know, we're really free.
I still couldn't believe that I was out, and I don't think it hit me until I got to the hospital.
Overnight, hundreds of Cleveland residents took to the streets, celebrating the return of 3 of their own. As Castro sat in court, his head buried, a community wondering what now plays in the mind of a man accused of so much evil.
Within hours of his arrest in May, he was ushered into this interrogation room and began admitting what he'd done.
Your full name, sir?
A handcuffed Castro calmly described how he abducted and abused his victim.
In my darkest days, I dreamed of being free and back with my family and friends. Knowing that they never stopped looking for me kept me going. I just want to say thank you to everyone. Please remember never to give up hope.